welcome to today's English class of grade 4. Today we are in unit 6. Okay, we are in unit 6. Almost all topics we have completed regarding unit 6, and today we are doing a reading comprehension class on story. We are going to read a story today. So it's story time, and the title of the story is A Cruel Landlord. Okay, so do you know who is a landlord? Yes, landlord is a person who owns land. Okay, who owns land, or a plot of land, or maybe okay, so the owner of the land is landlord. And what is cruel? Cruel means the person who is not good to others, right? Bad, who behaves in a bad way with others. So obviously we are reading about a cruel landlord, means must be the bad landlord, right? So this is just a guess. Okay, so let's go further in this lesson. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, good. Let's start. Here it is, the picture. Look at this picture. First of all, observe this picture properly. Okay, so what is there? Look at the picture. What is there? What's going on? What's going on this picture? Okay. The title, we have the landlord, right? Landlord, cruel landlord. So can you make a guess about this picture? Who is landlord over here? Are the people working in the field, they are a landlord, or the person standing in front of the people working is landlord? Can you make a guess? We will be obviously making guess later on. You keep on guessing, okay, and then check whether your guess is right or not. I have prepared a few questions over here. Number A, what do you see in the picture? Yes, first impression, what do we see in the picture? Yes, we see a man, fat man, right? A man, fat man is standing with a stick, walking stick. He is so maybe his body is very huge, and he is a matured person, and that's why senior person, that's why he is carrying this stick, walking stick. And then on the other side, 4 people, 1, 2, 3, and 4. The 4 people they seem very weak and feeble. They seem very weak and old, right? And they have been working in the field continuously. It seems that continuously they have been working. What is the man with walking stick doing? What is this man doing here? What do you think his job is here? What is this man with huge body doing over here? Yes, obviously he is watching the people working there, right? Working, or maybe observing, supervising, looking at their work, whether they are working better or not. Okay, that may be one guess. And then next, C. What are the other people doing? What are they doing? They are working hard in the field, right? They are working hard in the field with this spade, and they are digging, right? They are digging over there in the field. So how maybe they are going to plant some crops. That's why they are working like this. So the story must be around this, okay, around this picture. Okay, this picture clarifies, gives us a view about the story. And topmost, there is a question: what made the landlord a good man? Is he a good man or cruel? Okay, we have to find it, whether he was a good man or cruel man. cruel man? We have to find it out in the story. And as we read the story, we will find it out. Are you curious about the story? I am very curious to know what goes on in the story. So let's read the story together and find out what is the matter. Okay, let's see. Okay, here is the first paragraph. First paragraph, let's start. Okay, are you ready? Once upon a time. Once upon a time. Whenever we say once upon a time, the curiosity goes on our head and mind and heart, like what is going to happen in the story. So once upon a time, there lived a landlord. Landlord, right? We have already discussed the meaning of landlord, right? Owner of land. So the story is obviously about the landlord. He was bad man. He was a bad man. He was also very cruel. Okay, he was cruel. That's why he was bad to others. It means he did not used to behave in a good way to others. He treated very badly to others. He never smiled. Smiled mean, showing the smiley face, okay? And he never laughed. You know the difference between smile and laugh, right? Smile is just this gentle way of smiling to show pleasant face, and laugh is producing sound like ha ha ha, right? So this man never smiled and never laughed. He never danced. He did not like dancing, and he never danced. Because he never smiled, never laughed, right? Never smiled or laughed or danced. He never allowed his servants to smile or laugh or dance. He himself did not like to smile, laugh and danced. So he did not allow, he did not allow his servants, let his servants to smile, laugh or dance. It means he was a very rude type of person, very cruel and rude type of person. So looking at his figure, in picture also, you must have guessed about his personality. Let's move further. Here it is. So his servants were sad all the time. His servants were sad. They could not smile, they could not laugh. That's why they look sad, right? They look sad. Not smiling, sad. They worked all day long in the field. They were asked to work all day long in the field. They had to struggle in the field. Sometimes the landlord did not let his servants stop, rest or eat. As a human being, we cannot continuously work. Not only fields, everywhere, right? We need rest. We need food to eat. We need rest and food to eat. So how we can continue our work very smoothly. But when we do not get these things, rest and food, what happens? Obviously we cannot work well. We cannot be happy. We become sad. Right? But this landlord did not let the his servants to stop, rest or eat. Then how could they be happy or laugh? Can they? No, obviously not. When the servants asked him for food, he shouted loudly, "No, keep working." As he was very cruel, he used to say, "No, keep working." He was very strict. And then, do you have any guess what happened after that? Any guesses? Keep on guessing and then check whether your guesses are right or wrong. Let's move further. Then a bird lived high up in the sky. A bird obviously could fly in the sky, lived up high in the sky. She watched all this for a long time, and she could see that the landlord was very bad. The bird was looking at all those activities, and the bird could understand what was going there. It's just a story. In the reality, a bird may not understand what is going on in our activity, observe our activity. We do not know that, right? But in story, it is possible, right? It is imaginary one. That's why. Here, bird could observe, watch everything, and it was observing, watching what was the every event that was going on, and how the landlord was behaving to his people. The bird was observing, looking at that, what was going on. She could see that the landlord was very bad, and the bird could recognize that, the bird could see that the landlord was bad. She flew down and began to sing a beautiful song. We like song of the bird, chirping of this bird very much, right? To listen bird song and enjoy. So we enjoy bird song. And here also, this bird flew down to the field where people were working. When the people heard the song, they stopped working. People heard the song of the bird and they stopped working for a while. And there, all of a sudden, what was the change over there? There was something change. Can you guess what was that? Yes, they smiled. They smiled. They laughed. They danced. They danced all over the field. They danced all over the field, which was never ever happened before. They were not allowed to do this. As you remember, we have read in the previous paragraphs. They were not allowed to do this, but it was so automatically when they heard the sound, beautiful song of the bird, they started to smile. Okay, there was smile sign in spark. The face was bright. Their face was bright with smile. They could smile. They could even laugh. Ha 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 ha. They were producing sound and dancing all over the field. They enjoyed a lot. They enjoyed over there. Then what happened? Let's go again. Okay, look at this picture. What is going on now? Can you see the changes? Changes from while comparing with the first picture. Can you see the changes over here? Yes, of course. We can see this bird here, right? Bird and the landlord. His position is different over here. The landlord, what is he doing in this picture? It seems that pointing, right? With pointer finger pointing towards the bird. Maybe the landlord must be telling something to bird, or maybe bird was saying something or to the landlord. I have few questions over here, like number A. What do you think what happened after that? What happened after that when the people, what was the incident? The change was that people, servants of that place, they started to smile and laugh and dance. Then what happened after that? That was unusual activity in that place. What happened after that? Obviously, the landlord must have arrived over there and, something happened. Number B, did the landlord do anything to the bird? Did the landlord do anything to the bird? Pointing, right? In the picture we could see pointing. But let's see, let's read the text and we will come to know. Number C, what would he do with the people? Okay, there was a change. People who were not allowed to do the activities, restricted, not allowed, and the landlord saw that activity, then what would happen? What the landlord would do to the people? Obviously not good, right? The landlord was bad, so obviously he would do something bad. Let's see. The cruel landlord came out of his house, shouted, "Stop!" He was very angry. He got very angry because people were doing what he did not allow them to do. They were doing that. They were laughing, they were smiling, laughing and dancing. He could not tolerate that. He could not bear that. Then he said, "Stop!" All of a sudden, "Stop!" The bird said, okay, here. Then the bird said, "Landlord, you have been very bad. You did not give your people food. They couldn't sing or laugh or dance. So I will punish you." See, here the bird could also speak. As I said, this is imaginary story, right? The bird could also speak, watch, and then see what was going on, understand what was going on, the incident, and even speak. Who is speaking over here? The bird. The bird spoke. The landlord saw the incident, came out and said stop. He wanted to stop that activity, but the bird said no, they would not stop, I guess. So the bird said, the people, you did not allow people to enjoy their life, that's why the landlord would be punished. By whom? Obviously by the bird. Then, see, now what happened? What's the change over here in this picture? What change can you see in this picture? What is this landlord doing now? It seems that he himself is dancing, right? He himself is dancing, and these poor people, they are looking at the landlord, and the bird is singing. So what's happening, right? What's happening in the picture? So these are the activities. One is the landlord is dancing. Another, the bird is singing, and the people are observing. How would the bird punish the landlord? Do you think it's a punishment? Was it a punishment? Dancing could be a punishment. Let's see. Was it a punishment or reward? What is it? Let's read. The bird sang her song again, and the very bad landlord danced. The bird sang the song and the landlord danced. He smiled and he laughed and he danced. He smiled, laughed and danced all over there. He danced for 3 days and 3 nights. Can you imagine dancing for 3 days and nights continuously? How long can you dance? How long can you dance? An hour, 2 hours, 3 hours? That would be enough for us because it requires lots of energy to dance, right? Energy. For dancing also, moving body also, we need energy. We cannot dance more than that. But this landlord had to dance. The landlord had to dance for the long time. He could not stop. It was not in his control. It's not in his control to dance. Okay? Stop dance. It was not in his control to stop dance. He was forced to dance by the song of the bird. Then, after 3 days, he fell down. After 3 days, he stopped. He fell down. He fell down on the ground because he was so tired. 3 days and 3 nights continuous dance made him tired. Bird, please stop your song. Bird, please stop your song, he said. Who said? The landlord. The landlord requested bird to stop the song. The bird stopped singing. The bird stopped singing. The landlord said to his servants. Then the landlord said to his servants, "Look, I have been a very bad man. I have been a bad man. For this day I'll be a good man. After this hard work, though it was dancing, it was not for the fun. It was a punishment." So what was the punishment? Dancing continuously 3 days and 3 nights. It was a great punishment to the fat man. Okay, it was so intolerable. Everybody could not. It would be hard to everybody to dance continuously 3 days and 3 nights. So he could not tolerate. And then finally he realized his mistake and said, "Look, I have been a very bad man. From this day I'll be a good man." From this day he promised to be a good man. Then he gave his servants food and they laughed. They smiled and they danced. So that incident changed their life. How? The landlord realized that his people, his servants, should be given all the facilities like food and laughing and dancing. They should be allowed that. And that was the end of very bad landlord. So it was a good ending good ending. In fact, it was a good ending because the landlord changed his habit. He changed his habit of being cruel to other people, other servants, his people. He became a good person. So that was a good change. Brought by whom? Who brought this change? Of course, a bird. A bird whose song made that so. Right? Here, okay, now we are going to read it once again, okay? We are going to read it once again and all of you please repeat after me, okay? Please repeat after me. Once upon a time, there lived a landlord. He was a bad man. He was also very cruel. He never smiled, he never laughed, and he never danced. Because he never smiled or never laughed or danced, he never allowed his servants to smile or laugh or dance. So his servants were sad all the time. They worked all day long in the field. Sometimes the landlord did not let his servants stop, rest, or eat. When the servants asked him for food, he shouted, "No, keep working." A bird lived high up in the sky. She watched all this for a long time, and she could see that the landlord was very bad. She flew down and began to sing a beautiful song. When the people heard the song, they stopped working. They smiled, they laughed, they danced all over the field. The cruel landlord came out of his house and shouted, "Stop!" Then the bird said, "Landlord, you have been very bad. You did not give your people food. They couldn't sing or laugh or dance, so I will punish you." The bird sang her song again, and the very bad landlord danced. He smiled, he laughed, and he danced. He danced for 3 days and 3 nights. He could not stop. After 3 days, he fell down because he was so tired. "Bird, please stop your song," he said. The bird stopped singing. The landlord said to his servants, Look, I have been a very bad man. From this day I'll be a good man. Then he gave his servants food, and they laughed and they smiled and they danced, and that was the end of very bad landlord. Now let's go to the exercise portion. Answer the following questions. Let's begin with this number I question. What was the landlord like? What was the landlord like? Okay, we can find answer within this first paragraph. So what was he like? Landlord like? Have you found? Okay, these lines will help you. He was a bad man. He was also very cruel. That's why we can write answer over here in this way. Answer: the landlord was a bad man and also very cruel. Okay. Now let's move to next question. Why was he called a bad man? Why? The answer is again in this paragraph. Have you found? Read and find. Okay, here is the guidelines. He was very cruel. He was bad because he was cruel. Okay, so we can write this answer in this way. He was called a bad man because he was very cruel. Moving to the next, question number 3. I. Why were the servants very sad? Why were they sad? Here is the paragraph. Okay, find out the answer. Have you? Here are the guidelines. Okay, so he never allows his servants to smile or laugh or dance. That's why they were sad. So we can write answer like that, like this. The servants were very sad because the landlord never allowed them to smile or laugh or dance. Next question. IV. Who sang a beautiful song? Who sang? Okay, here is the paragraph, right? A bird lived high up in the sky. She watched all this for a long time and she could see that the landlord was very bad. She flew down and began to sing. It means, who began to sing? The bird, right? So we can write answer like this. A bird sang a beautiful song. Now final question is here. Did the landlord change his behavior? Did he change his behavior? Okay, here's the paragraph. Come on, find it out. Where is it? Whether in the beginning, a middle or ending? Here are the clues. Okay. I have been a very bad man. From this day I'll be a good man. It means this incident changes that, this incident shows that the man has changed, right? So yes, the landlord has changed his behavior. Yes, he changed, and this is the evidence. Now put these sentences in the right order. The sentences are in the jumbled form. We have to put it in the correct order according to the story. Okay, so what comes first? First read these statements. What comes first? Which sentence first comes? Come on, guess. The servants were very unhappy because they had to work hard all day. The bird sang a beautiful song. The bad landlord never smiled, he never laughed, and he never danced. There was once a bad landlord. A bird lived high up in the sky. So what comes first? Here it is, number 1. There was once a bad landlord. Next, number 2. The servants were very unhappy because they had to work hard all day. So come on, guess what is the third one? Okay, the bad landlord never smiled, he never laughed, and he never danced. Number 4, a bird lived high up in the sky. And obviously, only one option is left. This is number 5. The bird sang a beautiful song. So when you rearrange these statements, sentences, you have to keep in correct order. This is just numbering. You have to put it again in like this in correct order. There was once a bad landlord. The servants were very unhappy because they had to work hard all the days. So correct order, you have to write it again. Okay? I hope you can do it. Now we have one more exercise, fun with spelling. Rearrange the letters to make meaningful words. So this is C-E-D-A-N. What is this? Okay, dance. Like this, this is the example. You have to sort out these 4 words. Sort out these 4 words. Have you recognized? Alright, let me help you. The second word is, what is this one? S-G-I-N. This is shine, right? And this third word, have you guessed? What is it? Okay, yes. This is servant. And then fourth one? Yes, this is smile. And then final is laugh. That's all. Let's move to next activity. Fun with vocabulary. Land plus lord, landlord. So what about motorbike, classroom, girlfriend, toothpaste and blackboard? So it's very easy. So it is made up of 2 words like this, motor plus bike, class plus room, girl plus friend, tooth plus paste, black plus board. So these words are formed like this. So these words are called compound words. Okay, compound words are formed when 2 or more words are joined together to create a new word, entirely new meaning. Like sun has one meaning and flower has another meaning. But when they are fused, they are kept together, it becomes sunflower. Okay, so it gives a new meaning. Some examples here we can see here, lip and stick, they have different meaning and it becomes lipstick. Like mail and box, mailbox. Fish and ball, fish ball. Butter and fly, butterfly. Basket plus ball, basketball. Tooth plus brush, toothbrush. So this is very interesting task. We have done with this task, and look at these exercises. You can complete this exercise. News, and here are words like cake, paste, rope, paper, berry, ball and plane. So you can choose these words and fill up over here like with news, pan, bath, ear, straw, tooth and basket. Okay, fill it up. This is your homework. Okay, you can try, and the clues are here in the picture. So with this exercise, we have come to the end of today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed the story and all the activities with this story. That's all for today. Thank you. Namaste.